Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. So this video is going to be a shrine that I forgot the name of, and it's kind of pointless pointing out where it is on the map since you can't see it anyway, but basically, as long as you head toward the Seek Out Impa waypoint, which is given to you by the old man, or the King of Hyrule in the previous video, who also tells you to go to these peaks, and as a result we'll be heading toward this tower, it'll be pretty easy to run into this shrine. So remember that shrines that you have not completed yet are going to be one solid color. It's either yellow or green, not sure which, I'm colorblind. And when you activate it, if you haven't solved it yet, then it will be half yellow and half blue, or half green and half purple, whatever color it is. So it'll be basically half and half if you've activated the waypoint but haven't completed the shrine, but it'll be one solid color of yellow or green, whichever it is, if you haven't finished it, and it'll be one solid color of blue or purple, whichever it is, once again, if you have solved it. So just keep that in mind if you're looking around the overworld. You want to kind of just, we went through this in the previous videos, but just try to remember that. It's, at least when I played, it was a little bit easy to forget some things in this game, but you do learn pretty quick. Speaking of learning, this will also be an okay video for life in the wilderness. So this is the first time we actually get freedom, basically. We can go anywhere we want now. If you want, you could go straight to Ganon. You can go straight to the Ganon boss from this point. You probably won't be very successful fighting him, but you could do it. That really makes me interested in how speedruns are going to go. Alright, so of course if you see a Guardian and it doesn't activate, be sure to go up and search it, because you're going to want all of the ancient items you can collect. Now the most useful ancient items, arguably, are going to be ancient gears, and those are going to be a heck of a lot harder to find, but I will complain about those, complain about getting those, and get some later on in this walkthrough. But for now, just pick up the ancient screws, the ancient shafts, other things that you're going to find. You're only going to find them among the ancient guardians. Every now and then you might find someone who sells you a couple of them too, but it's usually like one or two, and they're pretty dang expensive, especially at the beginning of the game. It's pretty dang difficult to get rupees. In fact, we probably won't see our first rupee for a couple of hours. So if you noticed when I looked on top of the dueling peaks there was a shrine. There are, in fact, 2 shrines on top of that. So if you want to try to go get those early, you can. I'm going to wait till I have a little bit better armor and a little bit more stamina. As usual, if you want to find a... as usual, traveling at night is a little bit more dangerous than traveling during the daytime, and that's just because you're going to have those skeletons in classic Zelda fashion pop up on you, and you're also going to have this random bokoblin come out of absolutely nowhere. I have no idea where that guy was, and we're going to try our best to attack him. So if you can, don't hit a shield, because a shield is going to destroy your weapon, so hit him whenever there's an opening. And I also accidentally demonstrate the flurry rushes, which you can do if you perfect dodge and attack. Now, later in the game, we will be learning all of the perfect dodges and parrying and all of that. We'll be going through combat tutorials that show us how to do all of those things. So if you don't get it right away, you don't really have to worry. You'll have plenty of opportunities to learn. And that's also one of the most useful things to learn against bosses, against generic enemies, and it's not really something I'm going to be relying on, though. I'm going to try to do this walkthrough with as few things as possible within the realm of reasonableness, I guess. The other thing is that you might get attacked by swarms of Keeses like that, and a couple of Keeses are fine, but if you get attacked by a swarm, they don't go away until you take out a bunch of them, and the best way to do that is just put down a bomb, wait for them to fly toward you, and then blow it up. So, we're going to climb this hill, and we'll notice that tower that I put a waypoint on. Remember, you can put a waypoint pretty much anywhere just by zooming in with the right click and then tapping A. And then pay attention to where that is on your map. You're going to want to head in that direction, and you should run into the Bosh shrine. Holy cow, I cannot pronounce words today. So this is going to be probably the first shrine you'll run into outside of the resurrection area that we just exited. And this is a pretty easy one too, and it's also kind of an introduction to all the other things we're going to be, doing. So you can totally skip this if you want to, but getting shrine pieces, getting those orbs so you can get your heart up, so you can get your stamina up, is extremely useful. So I would not recommend finding a shrine and then skipping it. I would not recommend skipping a shrine unless it's something like a test of strength, because tests of strength aren't too bad, except at the beginning of the game, the thing you have to fight, the guardian you're going to have to fight in those shrines, can be pretty dang tough at the start, especially if you don't know their pattern, but of course that's what the walkthrough will be for, so I'll try my best to do whatever tests of strength we run into, but I may end up coming back to them later. It's also, there's no easy way of telling which shrine you have and haven't completed, so you're going to want to mark on your map which one that you did complete. What I would do is just put a star next to a shrine that you haven't finished, so load up your map. If you can't finish it for whatever reason, you can't figure it out, just mark it with something so you know, okay, there's a stamp on my map next to that shrine. That means I didn't do it. I need to go back to it at some time, and then you can go back and do it later. So that's going to be it for the shrine, and also it for this video. It was a pretty short video. The next one will be climbing the tower, and then I think the one after that we're going to be doing yet another shrine. That's going to be quite a few videos of this walkthrough. We'll be just getting to shrines and then completing them, and eventually I'll probably have stamps on the screen that say, if you want to know how to solve this shrine, go to this point, because, people don't want to sit through me babbling for 20 minutes. Anyway, that'll be it for this video, and I will continue on in the next part.